Okay, so we should talk really about One Punch Man. Honestly, I don't get it. I do, but I don't. I only seen one clip of him sliding down the hill, but the grass is moving. And I was like, I mean, like if you've watched Seven Deadly Sins, you'd be like, I wish that's all they did.
One Punch Man episode 6
I started it, but I haven't
has
really watched
everything what's wrong with season 3.
Okay.
Yes, it is a heavy dialogue and conversation kind of episode, but the problem is not even that. The problem is that the production is just really bad. Everything about the production just screams that this season, from now on, is not going to be good. In the very first episodes, we've been talking about or coping about the art like it was some crazy thing, right? Like the art was good in the first episodes, but from now on, especially this episode, it's like, what the hell are we even doing?
Brother, what's that?
Bro, they look like they all got power pointed on there. This looks like the Demon Slayer shit, bro. This might take the cake. This is
any
horrible.
anime, let alone One Punch Man. Now there were some proper movements with, for example, Darkshine.
Yeah, this is the episode I last watched. This was actually pretty good.
I mean, Pig got eating his food, but despite having some really bad pacing, it didn't piss me off as much as the filter they were constantly putting in the entire episode. Like each time a character is saying something slightly important, they're just gonna put that filter no matter what. I literally started counting and I stopped at 20 because that shit was pissing me off, to be honest. Like 20 times they've used a filter that is not really necessary. This is this bad without accounting for stuff like censorships where Zombie Man is not smoking and the many variations of still images. They actually got very creative with them where there's this one scene.
Because I get the whole shonen is supposed to be like their version of PG-13, but like smoking is something that you see in just life.
Because we're talking and we were just looking at
like them taking out little shit like that is crazy. We're not even attempting to add it.
A lot in this episode where many characters were looking off-modeled, especially with the new form of Genos. The way they drew him is absolutely diabolical, dude.
They did not do my boy Genos dirty like that. I was waiting on this shit, bro. That's the only reason I've been waiting on this shit. This form in manga is so fucking peak, and if they really fucked that shit up. They really bro. Actually, like, nah.
This is supposed to be the best.
I draw the line when you fuck with the characters that Loki should be animated
looks
well.
Buffed.
Okay.
Buffed is an overstatement, by the way. He looks fat. I just couldn't believe that I'm looking at.
Yeah, I see what he means.
Genos,
the arms though could have been done way better. The arms should be skinnier. They did this shit like he was a clunky fuck.
There's not a single scene where he actually looks good. Remember that people were actually shitting on season 2's weird metallic textures concerning G4.
I didn't think that was bad,
but at least they got the forms right.
I also am saying I didn't think the metallic shit was bad. I think that fit One Punch Man, but this shit, I don't know what the fuck this shit is.
I'm sorry, this is not Daedric form Genos. This is something else.
This is
when
bullshit.
he arrived to the Hero Association headquarters, before he entered the room, or I think during entering the room, they did animate the way he walks, right? It kind of looks slightly similar to the first one we've seen in the pre-animated trailer. But when the staff members revealed that King was fighting monsters all night, the heroes were supposed to be surprised, but the facial expressions they gave them in the anime, they looked nothing like they're surprised, to be honest.
Okay, see, this is exactly why I was gonna read One Punch Man's manga. That's the crazy thing. But this just pisses me off because now I don't even want to fucking watch it. I don't even want to watch it no more. I don't know how how are they doing this? Like this needs to be talked about how studios are literally ruining animes that could be as mainstream as JJK, that are probably better than JJK, but they are fucking up because they're either not getting paid enough, quote unquote, or they're just lazy. Because this shit is crazy, bro.
Fubuki's design, no cutouts on the chest and no pits. But at this point, why even bother? I don't think we'll ever see Fubuki.
Don't get me started on that hentai motherfucker that's anime and this shit. He only gonna try on the women, yo. The nigga's gonna be a creep. He's gonna be a creep, bro.
Anyways, next time we're supposed to see her should be at the very beginning of season 4, if that even exists. She's supposed to have this design from the start of season 3.
So they fucked up her design too.
Was ruined by
they gave her a design that they doesn't see until what?
New outfit before she goes to Saitama's apartment in season 1. Not really that important stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, not really important, but still, like they fucking up shit like that.
In contrast to the manga, all characters looked completely weird with absolute
No, they suck. They need to be fired, okay?
They even forgot to
they need to be fired and like gotten rid of.
In this scene, as she straight up removed for some
like low key, like I wouldn't be mad if they stopped production.
Manga
and reanimated all this.
Punch Man manga, and sadly, same as a lot of things in the season.
Because this is like, this is gonna be like of whatchamacallit. This is gonna be our generation of Seven Deadly Sins. Except Seven Deadly Sins had a valid excuse. I mean, if honestly, I'd argue that's probably worse. But they hired a kid to animate their shit. But this is a group of people and a grown ass man that were already animators animating this bad. Like, this shit is nuts.
A still image goes to show that
these niggas are using PowerPoint and Excel or some shit. I don't even know.
We've got before many beautifully illustrated still images
PowerPoint
that
fucking
don't even matter. But this one is supposed to build hype, so they should have focused more on the arts. Not only that, but the scene just didn't breathe. And as I said
that's
before,
what I'm saying. You can tell just by this frozen picture, it's horrible.
We're waiting for it to be adapted. At this point, the one that is in the actual opening is much better than the one we've got in the anime, and it became an actual pattern, by the way. You really need to have in mind that the scenes you're seeing in the opening, they're gonna be much better than their counterparts in the episode. Now let's talk about the post-time credit scene. So the major thing that I've noticed is that they removed this really cool scene of that monster controlling a bunch of trains in the sky, and these trains contains a lot of monsters that would be participating in this battle. They deleted this because they simply cannot animate it. Different other interactions and dialogues were certainly removed, but I'm guessing we can assume they're gonna be adding them.
Why the hell would they hire this sorry ass studio?
Introduction
this sorry ass
wasn't really that bad, but it
like he only did even when he did the girls animation, it was so bad, bro. How you a motherfucker that animate hentai and you still animating girls horrible? That don't even make sense in my head. Like, it really like don't make sense. Like, at least do that right.
The rest of chapter 94,
if you're gonna do anything,
just one of the longest.
At least do your job that you write.
Maybe a few pages from chapter 95. Chapter 94 is
not even attempting to do certain shit.
Multiple heroes, and I'm almost certain they're going to remove a lot of interactions. If they don't, they'll only adapt chapter 94 with the cliffhanger being Giro calling out the monsters executives. But if they do remove a lot of scenes, which I believe that would be the case, I believe the cliffhanger would be Flash meeting up with Gale Wind and Hellfire Flame.
Like, I really don't understand. Like, I don't even want to like.
My last prediction came true, but again, you can't really understand the pacing of this season. Now, it's certainly obvious that.
And that too, like, I felt like watching like the first 3 episodes, like the pacing was cool, but like after like that, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It just didn't feel right. Like, it felt like we were missing something.
It is already cooked, especially when you have such statements from the producers.
New statement by I'm not even gonna try to pronounce your name. One Punch Man producer. Pay special attention to the action scenes in episode 29, season 3. Season 3 episode what? Scenes in episode 29, season 3, season 5, which just aired, as well as episode 3. Oh, I forget they do episodes when we do seasons, and they just count by episodes. Episode 9, season 3. This season will feature action scenes that are even more intense and continuous than ever. What, bro? What does that even mean? More like, you gonna make longer? Why'd you say it like that? More continuous?
Saying that people should pay attention to episode 5 and 9, indicating that the previous episode
5
of God versus
so they're gonna do what I think they're gonna do. They're gonna basically half-ass all the episodes that don't really matter and the characters that don't really matter, but when the characters that come that do matter, like Goro and versus Saitama, but like I think they're really just gonna half-ass it up until the point that they don't need to, which I hope.
The best season 3 is ever gonna be, because this and many other stuff has led people to demand for a remake, since it's just.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we're gonna remake One Punch Man, bro, we need Seven Deadly Sins, Tokyo Ghoul. I'd say Blue Exorcist, but like not a lot of people know about that. But like, there's so many more.
Unbelievable for a series of this magnitude to get this level of treatment.
But yeah, I guess One Punch Man is too big. It is
so much
big,
so
bro.
That fake news of One Punch Man being picked up by MAPPA to animate
that's hilarious.
Almost 5 million views. It really goes to show how much people are upset by the current status of this.
And
season.
MAPPA already got too much on their plate.
He has even started to drop really cool animated scenes of previous.
Hold up. Oh no, they're just doing the drawing shit. That's the same shit with Gojo versus Sukuna, bro. But damn, bro. How are they like? I did not think they were gonna fuck up this bad, yo. To the point, like fucking up so bad to the point where like, and YouTube animators are reanimating your shit to the point where people are tagging Mappa to the point where Mappa is fucking shaking their head at you like, yo, you got people wanting us to animate this shit again, and we've already given them like a season and a half. Like we've already given them all we could. We gotta do JJK. I don't know what else they even have to finish. I know they have to finish JJK. They're probably gonna get on One Piece at some point. Aren't they already on One Piece? Isn't that? But like One Punch Man, like I think it's all lost. I think it's over. It's Joe Gover.